AI, AI, AI. The only buzzword that we hear in today's world is AI. Hello all, I'm Rani Swarnateja, Assistant Professor from Department of Data Science, School of Engineering, Mallareddy University. Welcome to e-learning powered by Mallareddy University. Today, here I'm presenting about generative AI. Let us go with the contents. We have what is AI, evolution of AI to Gen AI, what is generative AI, types of generative AI, LLMs and GPT, prompt engineering basics, generative model families, popular Gen AI tools and applications, limitations and ethics, conclusions and future scope. So now, let's get started. What is AI? The capacity given by human to machines to memorize and learn from experience, to think and create, to speak, to judge and make decisions is called as AI. These tasks include learning from experience, understand language, recognize patterns, make decisions and solving problems. Unlike traditional software where rules are explicitly programmed, AI systems learn from data. For example, when you unlock your phone using face recognition or you get movie recommendations on Netflix, AI is working behind. The key idea here is that AI systems do not think like humans, but they are designed to stimulate intelligent behavior using mathematical models and data. Let us see how generative AI evolved. We can see here that generative AI is subset of deep learning is subset of machine learning, and machine learning is subset of AI. Now, initially, AI systems were rule-based. Engineers manually wrote rules like, if this happens, do that. These systems were rigid and could not adapt. Next came machine learning, where systems started learning patterns from data instead of giving fixed rules. Then, deep learning emerged using neural networks with multiple layers. This enabled breakthrough in image recognition, speech recognition, and natural language processing. Finally, we arrive at Gen AI, where models don't just analyze data, they create new data such as text, images, audio, and videos. Now let us see what is generative AI. Generative AI is a subset of AI that focuses on creating new content rather than only predicting outcomes. Instead of answering, is this image real or fake, generative AI answers, can I generate a new image that looks real? It works by learning patterns, structures, and relationships from large data sets and then generating new samples that resembles the original data. For example, ChatGPT generates text where DALL-E generates images. Now let us see types of generative AI. There are three types of generative AI. One is text generation, image generation, and audio and video generation. We can see in text generation, it includes chatbots, summarization tools, translators, and code generation. We use ChatGPT for generating text. Image generation includes realistic images, artwork, medical images, and designs. We use DALL-E for generating image generation. Audio and video generation. It includes speech synthesis, music creation, and video animation. We use Synthesia AI tool for generating videos. LLMs and GPT. LLMs, it is abbreviated as large language models. They are generative models trained on massive amounts of text data. They learn how words, sentences, and ideas are connected. GPT, Generative Pre-trained Transformer, is one such model. GPT is first pre-trained on large text corpus and then fine-tuned to follow instructions. When you type a prompt, the model predicts the next most likely word repetitively until it forms a complete response. Tools like ChatGPT and Gemini are user-friendly interfaces built on top of these powerful models. Prompt engineering basics. Prompt engineering is the art of asking the right question in the right way. Since generative models respond based on prompt, a well-structured prompt leads to better results. The key ideas include clearly specifying the role of models. You need to define your hypothesis perfectly. Second, providing examples. You can add some examples into your prompt so that your response, you get it in a better way. The best example is called as few-shot prompting. Adding constraints like format, length, or tone. You can add a format in your prompt so that you can get the result in the prescribed format. Also length. You can ask in about 500 words or 300 words, so you get your data or the input in and about that prescribed length. And a tone. Usually we have a sentiment analysis where you have a positive response, a negative response, and a neutral response. So depending upon your response, you get your output. Next, iteratively refining the prompt. Iterations. By adding number of iterations, you can refine your prompt and you can get your desired result. For example, asking explain GANs gives a different result than explain GANs in simple terms for undergraduate students with an example. So there is a difference between explain GANs and explaining GANs in simple terms for undergraduate students with an example. You get better result. Generative model families. There are multiple families of generative models, each with different approach. They are GANs, VAEs, transformers, and diffusion models. GANs, they are called as generative adversarial networks. VAEs, they are called as variational autoencoders. Transformers, they are used for attention mechanisms and dominant language models. Now GANs, they use competition between two networks like discriminator and generator. VAE, it is like a probabilistic encoding and decoding. It uses encoder, latent space, and decoder to generate. Transformers use attention mechanisms and are dominant in language models. In this presentation, we will focus mainly on GANs and VAEs as they clearly explain generative principles. GAN, abbreviated as Generative Adversarial Network. It consists of two networks, generator and discriminator. Generator generates fake samples. Discriminator distinguishes real versus fake data. It is used to training adversarial competition and it produces high quality and realistic outputs. You can see in this architecture, we have latent space where the data is compressed to low dimensional space. The input from latent space is given to the generator, where generator uses convolution neural networks to generate the fake data. Now fake data is fed to the discriminator and discriminator has two inputs. One is fake data and the other is the real data. So it combines both the fake data and the real data and it discriminates whether the data is real or fake. This is how generative adversarial network works. Next, coming to variational autoencoder. It consists of two devices, that is encoder and a decoder. Encoder compresses the data into latent space. Latent space is a low dimensional space. Decoder, it reconstructs the data from latent variables. It uses probabilistic learning and KL divergence. Probabilistic learning, it uses mean and variance, and KL divergence is used to regularize and generalize the data into latent space. It provides stable learning and structured representations. Now we can see the architecture here. Here we have encoder part and a decoder part, and this part is the latent space. We are giving input image X to the encoder. It samples the data and the encoder output is sent to the latent space where the features are extracted into the latent space, and then from the latent space the decoder, it reconstructs the output. Finally, the output we get is the X bar, which is predicted image from the input X. And you can see here is Z mu and Z sigma, which is the latent space representation where you extract the features from the encoder. Transformers. Transformers are the type of neural network architecture that transforms or changes an input sequence into output sequence. It uses attention mechanism. What is attention? Attention is nothing but they are used as gates where it only accepts positive response and any negative values it negotiates to 0. It will only accept the positive values and it will send to the decoder. And it also removes noise in the input data. For example, consider this input sequence. What is the color of the sky? The transformer model uses an internal mathematical representation that identifies relevancy and relationship between the words color, sky and blue. It uses the knowledge to generate the output. Hence, it gives us the output as the sky is blue. Coming to different tools that are used in generative AI. We have ChatGPT, Midjourney, DALL-E, Synthesia, Hugging Face, Jasper, GitHub Copilot, RunML, Stability, and Replicate. These are different best AI tools that are used in today's world. Popular Gen AI tools, ChatGPT and Gemini in image tools. We have ChatGPT and Gemini, text generation and reasoning coding. Image tools, we have DALL-E, Midjourney, and Stable Diffusion. For coding, we use GitHub Copilot, widely used in education, research, and industry. And applications coming to these, we have art and design, music composition, content creation, virtual worlds, fashion and product designing. We also use in fraud detection, healthcare and diagnosis, demand forecasting, customer behavior analysis, financial forecasting. Limitations and ethics. Despite its power, generative AI has limitations. Models can hallucinate incorrect information, reflect biases in data, and raise privacy concerns. There are also ethical changes such as deepfakes, misuse of generated content, and copyright issues. Responsible AI development usage are critical. Conclusion and future scope. To conclude, generative AI represents a major shift in how machines interact with humans. Future models will be more multimodal, combining text, images, videos, and audios. Rather than replacing humans, generative AI will increasingly act as collaborative partner, enhancing creativity, productivity, and innovation. Thank you.